How you doing? Smoking Sand here. This is the place where smoke rings spark connections, laughter fuels mental health, well-being in your community. Uh, Connection where community is always the center. Each week we'll light up a stick or cigar. Dab and Rio talk about life, mental health, celebrate the people who make the culture unforgettable. So grab your favorite cigar, settle in, let's fire up. Thank you, as always, at the center. Each week we'll light up a stick, dive into the real talk about mental health again. So grab your favorite stick, cigar, and light up. How you doing tonight? Smoke the Same podcast. Thanks to my boy, uh, Mr. Brazil, Blake Brazil, for the custom Smoking Sicilian hat, as well as none other than the Smoking Sicilian podcast hat. So I'll go with, we'll go with this one because the lighting in here. So again, welcome to the show. Um, Tonight I was supposed to have a couple guests. Unfortunately, life happens. Things go different ways. I'm not mad about it. I get it. Um, so I'm here to just um, be a part of this as we may have to do a part two. But that's fine with me. So the title of the show was supposed to be about celebration cigars. When you have a cigar, you have many things. You have it to celebrate life, whether it be the just celebration of life as an individual, or just the someone that's passed, a way to pay honor to them and homage. But then you also have a celebration of weddings, the birth of children. You always see those cliche, it's a boy, it's a girl cigar. So people go with those for a celebration cigar. Um, but it's all depends on what you like and just going from there. So for myself, I've had a few different moments where I've got to light up a cigar in celebration. First and foremost was me and my wife's wedding. When we got married, we had the CAO concert. Rode cigar as our cigar. We had the old bridal party. It was actually the last cigar that I had with my dad while he was alive. Um, Unfortunately, I can't find the cigar, but it still holds a very solid hold truth to me. Um, and uh, Obviously, you sometimes have a cigar celebration of accomplishment on a job, as well as getting a new job. Um, I haven't particularly picked out a single solitary one for that, but I know for child wise, for adoption of our daughter last February, I had a Macanudo court. The day we had court, right? I think that was the day that they terminated the rights. Was when I first had it, and I had it again when we adopted. We then fast forward to just last month. We adopted our son, and I had won the cigar back in October from the Cigar News podcast, and I was like, "Well, you already had this aging. I'm not gonna light my cigar up either, as is." So in turn, I wound up letting it age. I said, "Hey, this will be my celebratory cigar when we adopt our son." So fast forward to 28th of March, August, sorry. Um, I sat and enjoyed a Rocky Patel Conviction cigar out of Randy Wheeler's collection of the Cigar Dudes. Would I pay $100 for it? Probably not. Did I enjoy it? And was it celebratory? Hell yes, it was. Um, and then, as I previously spoke, they had Celebration of Life for my mother-in-law and my dad. Both of them. I had a Perón 1964, and then 1926. 1926 was for my mother-in-law. And I had, it's actually sitting right here, the band. 64 for my dad. This past July was 6 years. So I definitely wanted to contribute to that, honoring him. Not an everyday smoke. That's typically those more of the higher price ones. Or even you can even have one cigar that you just like, hey, this makes me think of them. I'm gonna light that one up and smoke in honor of them. So that's what we do to celebrate life. Like I said, it commemorates different events in your life that you may want to celebrate. Um, and tonight I have not a celebratory cigar, but just a cigar at hand because I didn't have a particular celebratory cigar on hand. This is a new one that I'm trying out, the Chief cigar. The other day I had the Proby. This one's just the Chief. So any of that one that's come on here, thank you for tuning in. Again, unfortunate matters happened to where two of my guests that were going to join, one had a family emergency, which I pray for Alan and his family, and Marky with Omerta Cigars. He had a situation take place to where time got away from him. It happens. That's the nice thing about doing these lives. You never know what's going to happen. But I'm going to try and stick with it. Eventually, we'll get the consistency with the people coming on. It may not go as long with myself because I'm just listening to myself talk. It's a little weird just talking myself into the screen. But we'll get there. Again, I appreciate anyone that's come on here tonight. I was hoping for even some comments on the comment section. Be great to collaborate. Hey, what's your favorite celebratory cigar? Like I said, it doesn't tell me who the viewers are. So check it out. Let me know. Comment in the comment section. Again, feel free to join. Again, always open a new guest on here. Didn't have the anticipated plan, but as is life, you don't sweat the small stuff. So, like I said, this cheap cigar, pretty good smoke. One thing I did learn last night though was, um, however, when it talks about notes and stuff like that, you don't actually taste it. It goes off your memory. It reminds me of this taste. It reminds you of that taste. Because if you plug your nose, it tastes nothing. This is a nice tip that I found out when so many people were like, "Hey, it's got this note. It's got this note." I'm like, "No, it's what you think. It makes sense." That's from the words of Ish. I know he's a part of the TPA. That was the topic that they were discussing last night with notes and flavors and pairings. Um, One thing I did not think about is water as a big no-no when you're a smoke a cigar, because that nicotine, you're literally washing it into your system because there's nothing to break it down. Alcohol, that kills the nicotine. So I would never thought that. Um, I'm just checking messages because I had a message from them, and it is what it is. So thank you for anyone that's joined tonight. Again, Bear Cigars for celebration of life, weddings, memorable moments. Um, like I said, I've done it for a wedding, done it for adoption of both kids, as well as celebration of life. I know a couple people that are getting ready to retire, so they're trying to figure out, hey, what's this cigar compared to another cigar that may spark my interest of being a great way to go out swinging, just sit back, relax, and have a cigar. Love that mantra. It's one great one to live by. Sometimes you just need to just sit back and relax, whether it be with music or just listen to nature or whatever the case may be. Um, so this is probably gonna be a shorter episode than what I've had lately, because I know I've had a couple of hour and a halves and 2 hours. This one will be a little shorter than the rest. Um, Again, each week, talk about mental health. That's part of the just sitting back and relaxing. Just taking the time to clear your head, whether by watching a sporting event and having a cigar, or just escaping from your everyday hustle and bustle. Or, hey, I got no time to do this. Take the time for your own mental health and make it something better than nothing. Because in the long run, that mental health is going to make you insane and keep pushing every day. Because you do matter. No matter what obstacles you have in front of you, you push through and you dig deep. And once again, this is a great culture to bring people of all walks of life together. You have people that are blue collar, white collar, any collar, even no collar, working their butts off and taking the time to just relax. Um, so with that, like I said, just find a time to smoke a cigar. You want something to celebrate. Find one either you can find one or even talk to a local tobacconist and ask them, hey, what's your go-to? Ask them, what's your go-to as your celebratory cigar? Or what's something in that wheelhouse that might be something to sit back and enjoy? Because that might be your new favorite one, or you're like, nah, I'll try it. Nope, not for me. Let me try something else. That's the beautiful thing about cigars. Just because you don't might not like one, there's multiple out there. A lot of new craft boutique brands out there. You got Silent Hero, Haze Grays, Cigar Clowns, HTA, Bunny Droppings, the Goat uh, Cheviot cigars. Just name a few. Madre cigars, Cascabel. Drift away from these ones that are the legacy ones, like the Rock Patel, the Padron, because not always are they the top notch thing. Because after a while, they're gonna taste the same, and you're sitting back wasting your money. Have one where you get experience, and that experience again is from interacting with individuals, pick on their mind, talking about life. I guess again, it's a great mental health conversation to where sometimes you not even don't even have to put the words mental health in there. Just just saying, hey, this is my great way to relax. Choice is yours, but it's a great choice to make. So I will take the time to play out this Smoke Sand chorus a little bit before we wind up. But as always, relax. Have a cigar.
Carrying burdens that often feel like a load. But with a cigar, I let the tension unwind. Finding solace in the ritual, a moment combined. Thoughts swirl like the smoke rising high up above. Lost in a dream, wrapped in a blanket of love. Each leaf tells a chapter, each brand has a tale. I savor the moments, I'm learning to sail. Smoking, Sicilian in the depth of the night. Finding hope within shadows is my guiding light. Through the clouds of confusion, I spark that flame. Ashes like memories that dance without shame. So here's to the fighters, the dreamers, the lost. We navigate darkness, no matter the cost. Mental health's a journey, sometimes a fight with a cigar in my hand. I can find my light from Michigan to the heart of my soul. I'm learning acceptance, I'm learning the road. So I'll sit by the water, let the world fade away. With smoke intertwined, I'll let my soul sway. The richness of life, it flows through my veins. With every
Have a good
moment
one, everyone.
I'll dance through the rain, the laughter and pain. I'll take every chance.
Smoking Sand out. Again, relax. Have a cigar. Please. Oh, and celebrate.